let me just begin by saying thank you. This is great. I mean, people turn out tonight. I know you had better things to do than to come to listen to the four of us, but and I might tell you that the five people actually that have declared to run for this office, they're great people. I don't think there's anyone here that doesn't have your interests at heart, and we all pretty much get along with each other, and we're working for the good of the party. So I just want to thank you. By way of an introduction, I'll just tell you it's been great traveling the state and hearing your ideas on how we can improve the party. We want to make this one of the most competitive parties in the nation. In my experience as Jefferson County State Committee man, I have a few ideas of my own, but really what I've been trying to do is go around the state and ask for yours. Listening first, and we'll lead later. I entered this race because I deeply love this party. I'm concerned about the future and recognize that our country needs strong Republican leaders now more than ever. After thinking about the many challenges of our party, I think about the convention and the must-win presidential election that we have facing us. Our Republican Party nominee and all of the ACORN, George Soros, and SEIU money that President Obama can find to go against us. I finally realized that the stakes were too high for me to sit on the sidelines. I want to just kind of give you a little bit about my background. I've spent about 15, 20 years in the newspaper business. I sold our interest in 1990, and my wife, as women tend to do, guys, they know more about you than we know about ourselves. And my wife said to me, you need to either go back in the newspaper business again, or you need to do something because I think you're missing the opportunity to put something back. And my wife suggested politics. I had never been in politics in my life. But she said, honey, I think you ought to do that. Well, she's probably sorry that she ever said that now. But, so I ran. And I ran against three. I want to introduce my wife, Wendy Bitner. Stand up, just so they can. I'll tell you, she's the wind beneath my sails. She is if your wife doesn't support you in politics, or your spouse, I should say, Janet, you can't do it. But I ran, and I ran in a three-way primary. And for the honor of winning the primary, I got to run in 1992 against a fellow, now think about this, his name was Christopher Columbus. True, true, true. Nice man, Democrat, nice man, and fortunately I won. And I went to Tallahassee, not really being the most partisan person that you could have sent up there. I was a Republican, but I thought my job was to go up there and make a difference for my constituents. They didn't care what party I was. Well, when we had the debate on welfare reform and some other issues up there, I quickly learned that there is a real difference in philosophy between our party and theirs. A little thing like asking someone who's able to work to do 30 hours in a not-for-profit or community service type of endeavor for the state to get your check was a straight party line vote. 71 Democrats at the time against 49 Republicans. I learned real fast that there is a difference between our parties. And I went on to become one of the most partisan people in the legislature. So much so that my mission by Danny Webster was to bring back Lindsey Harrington as our 61st member of the House so that we could be the majority party. I worked hard at that. We got Lindsey elected, and we became the majority party. We didn't know, everybody said, well, wonder what kind of guys they're going to be leading the state. My wife's giving me the time thing. So I did. We worked hard. I think we did a great job. We have been great stewards of the state of Florida. I think the Republican Party, I'm proud of how we've led. And you've got Janet here, and Janet has done a fantastic job in the state, working for you. One of the things I'm most proud of in my 8 years of public service, I didn't ask for one single earmark. Not one. And that very newspaper that I worked for and sold my interest in beat me up. And they said, Bitner doesn't bring home the bacon. Well, people in my district didn't elect me to bring home the bacon. They sent me up there to be good stewards of their dollars. I also returned money to the state from my office account every single quarter that I was elected. I'm proud of that because it wasn't my money. And as party chairman, I'll be a good steward of your money. And I think that's what we have to do, again, in order to get money into this party, is to really build on the trust. When my time that I was there, I'm going to have to cut short my whole thing. The time that I was there, I chaired the Economic Impact Council under Danny Webster and under John Thrasher. And my job was to make sure that I was the council chairman and we had good policy for all those committees such as insurance and transportation and all the money committees. And so I've dealt with the people that we have to convince them that we're good stewards of their money and they'll come back to this party and bring money, because it is about money in this next election, folks. We have got to raise money. I'm proud of this party. I make no apologies. I'm proud of this party. We may have had a misstep, but if we turn and we keep looking back, if any of you were runners ever, and I know it's hard to believe that I ever was, but if you were ever a runner, you know if you turn around and look behind you, you're going to slow down. Our goal is out there. We have so much to do. Because we are the majority party, we have 80-some seats to protect in the House. We've got to raise money for those seats to make sure those people go back. We've got the Senate. We've got the U.S. Senate. We've got the president's race. We've got the convention. We have so much to say grace to. This is not a one-person job. I have always, in my endeavors in the newspaper business and others, I've always tried to reach out, find the best person for that job, find someone who knew more about it than I did, and hold them accountable. 250 people worked for me in the newspaper, worked with me. My desk was in the middle of the floor. It wasn't through two secretaries to get to me in the back. My desk was in the middle of that floor. That's what we have to have as a chairman. I'll work for you at the grassroots level. It comes from the grassroots up, not from the top down. I've been there. I've walked districts from Pensacola to the Keys, walked door to door. Been doing that for the last 20 years. I'm way over time. I just want to thank you for having me tonight, and hope you'll ask me questions later. Thank you.